Hello. I would like to tell you some stories today. Back in 1967, a new TV show, Dragnet, used this opening. The stories you are about to see are true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. Well, my stories are true also, and I do not name any names either. So let's get started. While a teen, I was attracted to photography. I was a photographer for the high school yearbook, and I worked at a university photo studio. So, naturally, astronomy, which is a cousin of photography, was an interest to me. But I didn't do much about it until I got married and found out my sweetheart was also interested in it. She had taken a college class and knew things about seasons and phases and orbits and relationships that I didn't. I was more interested in the equipment. So we made a good team. She knew the science behind the objects in the sky, and I provided the means to view it. We are blessed to live in an area where light pollution is not a problem. We started with what is commonly called a trash scope, purchased in a department store for Christmas. It was a cheap 60 millimeter refractor telescope with blurry eyepieces and a wobbly tripod. We had fallen for the yearly Christmas trash scope scam that many new buyers find appealing. It didn't take long to discover that I couldn't see any of the nebulas and clusters and planets advertised on the box. Except one dark morning, while trying to use this scope, I was able to get my first ever view of Saturn and its rings with my own eyes. I was really surprised and elated. It was small and fuzzy, but I saw it for the first time with my own eyes. It was much more exciting than my first kiss. That one moment was worth all the frustration and expense and provided encouragement to move ahead and get good equipment and learn to use it. Saturn is still my favorite object to look at. Over the next 30 years or so, I have purchased better equipment. Some I kept, some I upgraded, some I gave away or put aside and just kept for a backup. We got good results with a 6-inch and 8-inch Schmidt Cassegrain reflectors, so we stuck with those models rather than go to something like the Dobsonian mounted or Newtonian reflectors. We did own a Meade ETX for a while, and I used it and then gave it away. A couple of equatorial mounts, the same thing. Used them for a while and gave them away. I currently have a computerized Celestron CPC 9.25 Schmidt and Cassegrain reflector, and it has Wi-Fi built in. I also have a 6-inch Celestron Nexstar Evolution with Wi-Fi built in. It came with a computerized Go-To mount, but I use it on a portable pier so I can set it up quickly and easily for a fast peek at Saturn or something else. And I have two good quality 80 millimeter refractors that have Apple chromatic lenses. Of course, over the years I've collected an assortment of both 1.25" and 2-inch eyepieces. My Teleview eyepieces were the most expensive, but also are the ones I use the most. I don't spend long hours out at night pursuing all the objects visible anymore. I'm more prone to just grab a quick look at a couple of planets on a clear night, almost always Saturn and Jupiter. This picture shows the moon, and it is always interesting and easy for small scopes or binoculars. This is the Andromeda Galaxy. On a clear night, you can see it with your naked eye. This is the Orion Nebula, my favorite one. The Orion constellation is one of the easiest to identify. This is the Hercules cluster. There are many clusters that you can enjoy. Another favorite is the Pleiades. Easy to see without a scope, but beautiful with one as well. Now that I can use my phone and Wi-Fi to align the scopes, it is much faster to see a few things and then go back in. I'm getting too old and lazy to spend long hours in the cold. We have spent several nights out on the deck watching the Perseids, the Geminids, and the Leonids, and maybe some other meteor showers. I kind of lose track. A few times we just slept out all night. Several years ago, we got together with some friends we met through an astronomy site on the internet. After getting our equipment all set up, we put on a star party. That was fun. And it was in a nice mountain area, very beautiful there. We watched a couple of comets go by, like the Hale-Bopp in 1997, and we saw the space station and lost track of how many times we see satellites go past our view while using a telescope. I've also given a slideshow to a scout group, and I set up a scope for some people to look through while attending a house party built on top of a hill, and the owner thought it might be fun to have the telescope there for his guests to look through. Last year, on December 21st, we took several photographs of the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. We still haven't seen any of those UFOs yet, but the military says they're out there. So maybe it may be the lost tribes coming back. Who knows? After all is said and done, astronomy is a hobby that stretches the mind and pleasures the eye and provides opportunities to spend your money. What else could you ask for? Well, that's enough for this video. Thanks for your time.